We're making a more advanced form of crackhead technology. Bro hitting that doohickey stick. All right, inhale. Yo, dude. Hello, YouTube. Yo, this mother looks like Linkara. So, notice this little disclaimer. Now, simulated is a bit of a stretch, but for legal purposes, this is simulated. Do not attempt. There's a few dangers associated with what we're doing tonight, so I'm gonna go easy on it, but I want you guys to, not try this at home. Do you read these? Yes, I read the super chats, because all super chats and subs print off of this receipt printer. This is the new gimmick that I've added. What we're gonna be doing today is making a device that lets you smoke alcohol, or more like accurately, vape alcohol. But for some reason, the social medias that I'm streaming this on, they go, whoa, you got vape? That's a little scary. Oh, smoking? Yeah, that's like mostly okay. So, we're smoking alcohol. The smoking alcohol technology has been around for a long time. This is not a novel new thing. There have been commercial products that have been attempted to be marketed to clubs and crackheads alike for the express purpose of smoking alcohol. The main problem with it that's really hurt its wide mainstream success is one of the advantages is that it bypasses your liver and it kicks in way faster, but it also makes it so you don't use as much alcohol, but comes with a caveat that unlike when you're drinking normally, you throw up if you're gonna get alcohol poisoning. This, you don't. You just get poisoned and die. So you gotta really be careful that you're not smoking too much alcohol or it's gonna kill you. So that's safety concern number one. That's one. Two is that it's not really good for your lungs. Yeah, inhaling stuff puts it straight in the bloodstream, so it's very risky. You know, it's not hard for me to imagine that inhaling alcohol vapor into your lung is probably bad for it. So basically, yeah, there's commercial stuff that does this. Yeah, it's like something you can do and it's kind of known, but just drink the alcohol. Disclaimer, don't try this at home. I'm doing it to prove that it can be done and to also see what it's like. Because I'm going to make one where you can load in a bunch of different alcohols and then pick which one you want to go off, like a roulette. So we'll see what it's like, but, you know, don't go crazy with this. I don't want you to die. It's kind of similar to, like, butt chugging, and I really can't show that one. Let's take a look at what the existing commercial, at least one of the existing commercial products is, because, like, legitimately, I think the reason this hasn't caught on isn't due to the health issues, because people still be vaping other shit that's pretty bad for you. It's still, like, popular enough. But I think the reason why this one specifically didn't take off is they tried to, like, sell it as, like, this cool casual thing, but all the apparatus looks like you're smoking crack. They really tried to sell there's a candle in the bottom and it heats the alcohol and then you sip the vapor through a straw. This is the commercial, like, version of what we're trying to do here. The average Joe does not want to look like they're huffing a bong in public. Tell them what it was called? Wait, I don't know what it was called. It was called a Vapor-tini. This was the official advertising for it. A revolutionary way to experience your spirits. They also make a different thing called, I think it's called the alcohol mist. It used to be called the vape shot, but I think that vaping fell off, so they changed the name. It puts it in a balloon. For clubs and venues with over 500 person capacity, patent pending. Vape shot does sound like a COD clan. Yeah, vape shot. Now they call it alcohol mist. Makes up to 1,500 mist shots from one 750 milliliter bottle of alcohol. That's crazy that they're just like, yeah, you can soak people for even more of their money. I wonder why it's never got out popular. Not being able to throw up is the main reason, because you'll just get alcohol poisoning and then you just die. Which, as the kids say, is not very poggers. So we want to avoid that. We're not going to be huffing this thing like it owes us money. Do you have a breathalyzer? I don't. But this is maybe one of the more fed reasons that they don't really want these taken off big time. This doesn't show up on a breathalyzer. You can get drunk on alcohol by vaping it, and it doesn't show up on a breathalyzer because the way it is metabolized does not release it into your lungs like a normal one does. So it makes it only detectable via a blood test. That said, if you get pulled over and you act drunk, they're gonna fucking put you away with a DUI, regardless of whether you blow on a breathalyzer or not, so you know. Don't think you can be using this to get away with some tomfoolery. Anyway, we're gonna be using these little guys to atomize it. I got these for my ultrasonic knife video, which is what gave me this idea initially. These are little tiny ultrasonic vaporizers. They came in a pack of 4, so I've got several here. I guess we'll unpack all of them, because I will be using the little wick system. It's pretty clever how this works. I'll show you here in a bit, but just to give you an idea, we're gonna be using all 4 of these, and then I've got these little test tubes. These aren't like scientific test tubes. These are like hippie women be putting herbs in here and then be like, I'm gonna hex you to lose a football game. I got 24 of these because that was the pack size they came in. So we have plenty extras, that's for sure. But the idea here is that we have these tubes. You fill this with alcohol, which is gonna be more alcohol than you're gonna ever fucking blow through on this thing. Then we're gonna put a hole in the cork. Put this guy on the top. Honestly, we might not even use the cork. Seal it some other way. Put this guy on the top, and now we have a little system that will turn alcohol into vapor in a nice little closed loop, which is pretty cool, right? What do you think it's gonna feel like on your throat? I think it's probably gonna burn. My throat already kind of hurts all the time because I talk constantly. Let's get our shit assembled here. I think the play is gonna be make holes in the corks and then lock the cork in. Once we got them full of alcohol, I can seal with some wax or something. But the idea is that we're gonna have like 4 of these in a bundle like this, and then all the vaporizers here, and then there'll be a central vape chamber that will fill up with the vapor. And then there'll be a straw in the bottom that goes through here, and that's gonna basically be air intake, because if it's sealed completely, then you're gonna just suck and it's gonna like not be able to empty it out. This chamber should be able to fill, but how thin the straw is, it shouldn't lose a lot through that. And then you should be able to take the top and take like a fat rip off the vapor chamber. That's the idea we're going for here. This is gonna look devious. Hey man, looking cool is part of the deal, right? Let's assemble all these little vaporizer things. The idea is not that they all go at once. The idea is that you have 4 buttons on top and you press one to correspond with what alcohol you want in the chamber. So it's like you pick your poison. Swapping them out is a little bit like, I don't think we're gonna get to be able to swap them out because just due to the nature of how this works, the wick soaks it up and then puts it up against this piezoelectric atomizer. Oh no! Hang on. Let me cook a little here. Instead of 4 push buttons and you have to push the one that you want, how about instead you have 4 toggle switches and you can choose to flip one on or flip all 4 at once on. Like any amount that you want and any mix you want. And then when you hit the button, it turns on all the ones that you've activated. I think that would be the coolest. We're gonna be being careful during this one because it's bad in the sense that if you huff it too much, you can get alcohol poisoning. We're not gonna be going crazy on this shit. We need to drill a hole in the top of this cork. All right, that is not even close. That's not even close to the size I need. It's gonna gape basically the entire, like, inner side of the cork. We still ain't far enough down to fit the thing on here. Hang on, we're almost there. We're almost cooked. This is... I'm trying real hard to keep it from disintegrating. Okay? Oh! There we go, baby. Let's see if the premise at its core works here. Let's make this one the tequila vape. All right. Put some 1800 in there. I'm not using the good tequila. I don't know if I want to, like, up into the thing and find out if it's fully, like, waterproof or whatever. I don't know if the seal here is contained enough for that, you know? We'll put it in this beaker to hold it upright. You don't think the Pinterest test tubes are watertight? Oh, you have no faith. You have no faith in white woman technology. Let's just not even run off a battery. Let's just plug it into the little USB thing. Hopefully this doesn't blow up my little Raspberry charger thing. All right, and then if we press this. Oh, yeah, okay, well, it works. Ow! Smells like a... Yeah. Run this as a humidifier in your house to smell like an alcoholic. The base premise here works. It does, in fact, vaporize it. This was a fast success. It's not just this. We need several of them, first of all, and then it's gonna be building a little thing where you can select it. Test it with fire. Can I light this on fire? Is that gonna work? I don't know if that's working. Hang on, that one produces too much. I actually do have to use the smaller one. It's burning it up, but it's not, like, doing anything, you know? Once again, don't try this at home! Also, it's not nicotine. It's just alcohol. Wonder if it would work with coffee so you could get your caffeine. I don't think it would work as well as you're thinking it would. I think you'd have to vape a lot of coffee. You wouldn't really be distilling it, you'd be boiling it down. I don't think the caffeine goes away in the vapor. I think it stays in the base solution. So you would just be making a really strong coffee and boiling it down and down and down until you add like concentrated coffee sludge at the bottom. I already said this is a little dangerous. We're being safe, okay? Oh my gosh. This absolutely does not work. Let me try this step bit. The problem with the other one is it has a little screw thread that it's trying to worm down. Okay, this is way more efficient at gouging this out. That's way more efficient at gouging out the cork to fit this guy. There we go. See that? Dude, okay, the step bit is the way to go. And now we just need to do this to all the other ones. All right. Let's make some other ones here now that we've got our atomizers prepped. Did I put a giant bottle of gin down because I heard a thunk and then realized it isn't gin? I think you might be an alcoholic. Maybe it shouldn't be whiskey, rum, tequila, and Malort. Maybe it should be another one that's a distinct different color. What's a funny colored liquor that isn't Malort? Oh, Midori! You're right. I have Midori, too. Oh, do you know what else I have? I have Galliano as well. Hang on. Those are both weird-ass. Maybe it should be Tequila, Campari, Malort, Midori. Which would be a horrendous lineup, I just want to say. Midori, Campari, Malort, and Tequila. Together at last. I bought this to make a meme drink. I bought this to make the Mountain Dew Garita, which I would recommend no one in their life should ever create. It's a margarita made of Mountain Dew. Oh yeah, baby. Finally, liquid watermelon. Put this guy in here. We gotta be hitting that chug jug tonight, baby. Let's fill this one with Campari. It really soaks up the wick pretty fast. I really don't have to do the thing where I shake it to get it down the wick. And then finally, Malort, which is a nice yellow flavor. Bro finna time travel, if you know what I mean. Oi, 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 oi. All right, this is definitely an interesting lineup. We gotta be hitting that health potion. Potion seller. I'm going into battle, and I need your strongest potions. You can't handle my potions. Gotta unplug all these so I can actually do the circuit work. Legend has it, if you hit the geek bar and then hit this, you will die in 7 days, but you will witness a third dimension invisible to the human eye. And if you're thinking there's already 3 dimensions, maybe you're just believing what they tell you. I need to solder 4 wires onto each one of these. These are gonna end up going around, so the idea is that these will be like this, basically. The straw will be in the middle so that it can pull air in to replace it. But then there's gonna be a tube around the top. And what I'm wondering, these need to go around the tube, so I'm just trying to conceptualize here what I need exactly. We can clean up this tube after I've vaped incense through it. Maybe, okay, hang on, but it needs like an adapter of some sort. Whoa, it smells like incest. Let's light one of these incest, actually. I don't know what flavor this is. There we go. Now it'll smell pleasant while I'm prepping this thing. This is gonna be a psychotic bong is what it's gonna be. All right, we got all these guys. We'll go ahead and get them soldered up. Hang on, I have a can here. Dude, a tin can is unfortunately, like, I don't know how to show this well. It's kind of like the perfect size. But a tin can with this fucking thing coming off of it is gonna look ridiculous. Is it gonna be like, it's gonna be like this. This is gonna look like something out of Fallout. I hope that I can just string together all the push buttons so that I can have one button that just pushes them all without needing like a 4-way throw or some shit. Can you vape some of the watery mayo from last night? Nah, I think I'm gonna pass on that one, dog. The idea is that these are installed in this can. It goes, and then this tube is connected to the end of the can, and then you go, and you huff out the tube, and it pulls the vapor that's inside. No way this could possibly go wrong. Vape Fireball, please. Oh, I don't have any Fireball. I only have good alcohol. Why do you need electronics for this? I saw someone do it with a bike pump, because we're making a more advanced form of crackhead technology. This is the fucking engineering degeneracy channel, not the normal degeneracy channel. I try to get things a little, you know, I try to make things a little more interesting. If I'm able to mount these in the bottom of the can so that it's the tube pokes through the bottom, and then the little piezo thing is in this part. That's ideal. That's ideal, honestly. And then that means these could go here on the outside and all be wired up. It's a little bit janky, but you know, it'll work. Is alcohol vaporized different than water? Nah, it should be like the same. So you can actually vaporize basically anything. I don't know if like a sugar, like if you put like Coca-Cola in one, I don't know if that's gonna do it, but you know. There's gonna be one hole in the middle for this straw to come out as well. Because it needs an intake. These are 1-inch diameter tubes. Ow! No, it needs the last one. Yep. That's the one. Can this even fit all of these, man? The difficult thing is that they have to come through the other side. Oh wait, they're gonna be able to. Okay. All right, now time for my patented trick. Magnet in paper towel to get rid of metal shard. This works pretty effectively to get rid of this shit, so I don't splice my hand open regularly. Ta-da! I got some telegrams via the receipt printer. It's just a long penis. All right, thank you, DFB. All right, tequila. We're gonna be pushing these out the bottom of the thing. It's gonna make it hard to work on this thing when all the full bottles are in, but they have to be in here for this. Shove through the malort. This is actually like working pretty well as far as like it totally holds these things in place. And then Midori, please don't shatter the test tube while I'm trying to shove it in. Shove it in, lip bite emoji. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that one came all the way through. That one's hole's a little too gouged. Now we just tape them together and the can will hold the rest. That should be good enough, honestly. Please destroy that when done. It's gonna be a fucking Gollum type of deal when a crackhead finds this by the side of the interstate. It's like that Barbasol can from Jurassic Park. Yeah, I see the similarity for sure. We need to route all the cables out of the can as well. Which I think we're gonna need to drill a hole in each side and route the wires out and then patch it up. Does it have any adverse health effects? Basically the ones that alcohol has, and then just the risk that you have to be careful with it. That's how we'll wire it up. And then patch this up so that less vapor escapes through the vent holes. I'm having to thread the damn needle here. I got little pinpricks all over my hand from all the sharp metal, man. This shit sucks. Laying down some electrical tape as an insulator so I can just strap the boards to the can, and they should all work. Keyword should. It's an easy way to get a deadly dose. Yeah, that's the main thing, is that if you consume too much, Not only does it absorb more, so like one shot is not the same, but also the fact that you are not gonna throw it up. These go on here like this, and then I should have them circle around the entire thing. I don't even need to put in extra buttons. I could just use the ones on here if they're open facing like this. Trim the pins on the underside of this down. These don't need to be long and they're making it stick up too much. We'll just hot glue it. We're really jank maxing right now for sure. Trust me, man, the jank maxing is what leads to greatness maxing. I should add this massive, like overkill power supply or power regulator rather. I should have this be the power reg because it shows the voltage on this little 7 segment and it'll look like insane. That's kind of awesome. Hang on. What color is the display as well? Let me, okay, hang on, and then let's tune it. Because it needs to be 5 volts. There we go. And it's gonna have this on the top for comparison. This is 100% a crackhead vape. Sir, stop calling it a janky construction. I'm using the good glue gun to glue the circuit boards on. Oh, wow, it's already hot. Holy shit, this one's faster than my other one. Okay, now it's coming out easy. That's what she said. I'm sorry. Stop beating me with hammers. Ooh. Plug all our vape chambers in. Okay, yeah, I have connected these right. So if you press the button above the respective chamber that you want to blast vapor of, it'll work. And if you're wondering what it is, it's tequila, Malort, Campari, and Midori. That's why it's these colors. And I have to keep in this beaker to make it stand upright. All right, let's put this big guy on the side. Can you please take this to TwitchCon so we can pass it around? I don't think we'll be doing that. I don't want that kind of heat or that kind of responsibility when someone dies. They could not be trusted with something where the main danger element is abusing it. This thing gonna look real technological like by the time we're done with it. We also need to strap a battery to it, which I'm sure will look awesome. Yeah. Strap this bat to the side, I think, is the play. And then we just need to affix the top pipe and we've got something going here. This is a pretty high current output. I think that these atomizers are probably gonna have a pretty decent current input if I had to guess. Because a lot of times they really do. I also found a bunch of old medicine on eBay. And if I did not care for my health, I would love to do a stream where I consume it. But I don't really trust the pharmaceuticals of the 1910s. Some of that shit, it like just actively has mercury as one of the ingredients. I found ones that were opiates. I don't think you're allowed to sell those, but they're selling them on eBay as not intended for human consumption. You know, you can buy opiates on Wish. I don't think that's true. I think you're being facetious about that, or not so much intentionally, but you have misconstrued something you have seen on the internet. Kratom? Yeah, you can just buy that at like sketchy gas stations. What I'm showing you how to do now is less sketchy than doing Kratom, which is really saying something, given how this looks. Other things I have looked for in the past on eBay, I would really like to do one where I try obsolete sodas. But, like, good fucking luck with that one. Do you think there's any bottles of Coca-Cola that got the cocaine in them still around? I think if there is one, it would cost, like, $1 billion. I think that shit is, like, gone. Because most of that evaporates. I just smoked this thing. Why did that smoke? It doesn't even have anything connected to the output. Hang on. Voltage in. Did I mess it up? Yeah, now it just doesn't turn. What the fuck? Wait, what smoked it? Oh my gosh. Y'all, do you see the mistake here that I may have made? Well, now I gotta pry this fucking thing off. Oh my god. Holy shit. Good news. This hot glue is really good. Oh my gosh. I had to fucking bend the can to get it off. Luckily, I have many spares. Okay, bless up. This one actually... Why does it show lines instead of output? Is it 0? 12.1 in? Nothing out? Also, why is it making a high-pitched whining noise? Is this one also fucked up? Did I pick another fucking dud? Are you for real, dude? How about this guy? And you know what? I'm just gonna leave this one on here and then have the power converted by this completely unrelated other device, which I will test first to make sure it actually works. Okay, this is 5 volts, so this one's already tuned. Nice. They keep breaking. I keep blowing them up. I should buy more. I almost fucked up this, too. You know why? I color matched the wires and forgot that they're backwards. I can't be bothered to shove this shit in the terminal block. Just solder me on to the plus and minus. And then this can go over here to get the other side. Now I need to wire up the individual modules. Okay, you know what? No, let's plug it in first. Make sure it doesn't explode. It pops every time I plug it in, though. I want this on here because it'll tell me the volts of my cells, which is gonna be legitimately pretty valuable. And then if I hook it up to one of these modules, it should hopefully not explode. Allow me to go... Wait, what the fuck? Wait, that didn't turn it on at all. Oh, come on, man. Don't give me more shit. Hang on. Is this 5 volts? Yes. Why is this not turning on? Okay, so that absolutely works when it's plugged into USB. Why does it not work when it's plugged into, is it shorted? It shouldn't be. Hang on. 5.0. Okay. It is. So it does work. Is this power supply not able to handle the current draw of this thing? Like, why is it not... Is that the problem here? Is it that it's not able to handle the fucking current draw? How much does this draw even? 100 milliamps? You tell me this can't pull 100 milliamps? There ain't no damn way. You can always run it off a plug. I would just rather it run off a battery, considering it totally can run off a battery. I don't know if I'm looking forward to what I must do to test this beast. I'm gonna actually solder this to the other board instead of running a second wire. I swear, if something goes wrong and I end up overvolting the whole thing and blowing up every single little guy, I'm gonna, I'm gonna be beyond pissed, man. Have a little continuity test. Hopefully, it's not low enough impedance that it false triggers. All right. Take you out of the thing. Let's get the vaporator. Okay, there we go. Okay. Why is only one of them turning on, dude? Oh my gosh, I must have messed up the damn chain. Maybe they are shorted out. I shouldn't have done this jank-ass soldering job. Hang on, once this one's disconnected, does it now work isolated from the rest? Yeah, it does. Okay, so it's not a matter of that. Then what the hell is it a matter of? Also, I don't know if you've noticed, these fucking test tubes have sunk further and further into the damn can as time's gone on. Ah, they're coming out. Okay, wait. I'm realizing that the alcohol is evaporating out of the wicks, so you kind of have to shake it a little to get it going. That definitely works, but you have to get it up there. If I plug this guy in here, does he work? There's something fucky, man. One of these fuckers is shorting out or whatever, and it's taking the whole stack down with it. They're all connected together, and they're not working right, and I'm not sure why. Maybe there's, like, one that's fucked. Okay, which one is it, then? No, he works. Oh, Lord, that Midori. Oh, that's foul. Okay, it's coming together here. So I guess it's this guy that's fucked up. Oh, yeah, okay. He's the one that's not really... I think it's because there's shit in his USB port, though. Alright, I know this isn't the exciting part of the stream here, but we're real close. You know, and call me crazy here, I feel like maybe these cheap-ass piezo ultrasonic modules have really shitty power handling. I don't know, man. It's just a guess. Here, let me see if I can power it off this at all. Or if we're gonna... ditch it for a wall power version. Oh, you totally can power it off this. Wait, what the fuck? What was the problem we were having before, man? Wait, is it just with this specific one that it doesn't want to fuck with? Can it do it with all the others? What the fuck? It's fine with this one, but not with the... You know what? I don't know why it likes some and not others. That's weird. It's high frequency, so maybe, like, the insulator's just not good enough at that. This is a more advanced electrical issue than I initially bargained for in a device such as this. And then if you connect this guy... Oh my gosh, I think that actually fixed it. Oh, yeah! It was the fucking power supply, man! Or, sorry, it was the insulation. My electrical tape skills were bad. That's why it was fucking up. Okay. We'll have these guys over here wired together, and then I'll just run wires around because the wiring on this is getting really messy, and I don't like how ass it is. I'm having to lock in a bit here. Remember when we thought this was gonna be a real short stream? Connect these with these, and then just solder this directly to the power block, I think is the way to do this. Well, actually, first, let's make sure we can actually do this. Plug in the noise generator. The generator. I know that there's a short because when I touch the power, just one cable to it, it turns off. There has to be a short between that board and the fucking thing, right? I think one of the boards is shorting out on you. Whoa, Sherlock. I think you should apply for NASA, bro. Let's get this guy attached to the top. How, you ask? How'd you not burned out? I got pretty good motivation. I'm a pretty high energy lad. For being a fat Ohioan, I got a decent amount of energy to me. I have so much fun streaming. And some people will be like, I don't think he likes it. He's yelling at chat all the time. I think you have to understand that I love arguing with chat. Going on tirades is part of the fun, I'm not gonna lie. See, it's both a good and bad example. Because I was gonna say, imagine working retail, but you're allowed to insult the customers. It's kind of a okay comparison, like in the sense that you get to have like a bant. Yeah, it's working now. It's all working. We got them firing on all cylinders. It's just like, it's fun to be able to like have that kind of back and forth. My heart goes out for the retail bros. Yeah, same, bro. That shit sucks. Oh, do I have a funnel? That would be what's perfect for this adapter. It was meant to be, bro. It was meant to be, brother. Look at that shit. All right, now here's the real question. Do I want to put this on so that it's, yeah, actually. So, you can just suck it straight out of here, but for the sake of visuals, I want this. All right, our creation is complete. This is the most ridiculous device ever conceived. It tastes like alcohol, or it like smells strongly of it. This is a comic villain looking thing. This thing looks fucking sinister, man. This should be part of the build. Look how perfectly that shit fits on the bottom, man. Hang on a second. Actually, no, we don't need to attach that. Now I'm thinking it would mess up the airflow. Right now, the airflow's around these. I was originally going to give it a straw, but I realized my connection was leaky enough that I don't need one. As you can see, it's got a slight angle to this, definitely intentional and not because I put it on badly. We got a big old LiPo cell capable of driving all 4 of these vaporizers. We've got our little power regulator, sub-regulator, all those individual vape ones, which by pressing the buttons on, you start vaporizing the respective alcohol. In here, we've got tequila, Malort, Campari, and Midori. So, you know, all the best ofs. Let's plug her in real fast. 11.9 volts on the battery, so we're still looking pretty good. Let's get a good tequila going here. Let's do tequila Midori. Oh, wait, you can see it's already coming out of the top. All right, and then if you... Whoa, baby, that's some Midori, all right. What the fuck is this? What have we created, man? Ooh, that's good, actually. That tastes... The Midori is tasty. It's tastier in this than it is when you drink it. Hang on. Woo, baby. Someone in the bar cheers you with this fucking thing. What you doing, bro? The future of alcoholism? Yeah, unironically, don't be doing this shit if you have an alcohol problem. The delivery method is fast. I'm not really feeling it yet, but I know I will if I keep up the shenanigans. The Midori actually is like a good flavor here. Let's try a Campari. I just let it fill up a bit, because it'll just go and go and go, and it barely uses any of the alcohol anyway. All right, you can kind of see it's smoking out the top. Oh, ooh, wow, yeah, you can... The flavor is really, like, distinctive, too, is the wild thing. I wonder what happens if you put, like, soda in here. Like, does it taste like a Coca-Cola? Bro smoking on a doohickey. Bro hitting that doohickey stick. This is the proper holding technique for this guy. Yeah, it's not very pleasant to, like, inhale, I would say. Granted, I'm not inhaling very much of it. It's not nice to breathe, for sure. If you just breathe it into your mouth, it tastes good. Another problem is that this is kind of the only way you can, like, put it down. You can't lay it on its side. It's gonna leak out through the atomizer, I think. All right, hang on. Let's try the Malort. Activating the Malort gem. Okay. Oh, it's not nearly as offensive through this method, which is a little alarming. I'm mostly just pulling it in my mouth to taste it. Oh, ew. That's disgusting. It's still pretty fucking nasty through this method. What the hell, man? Here, get the up-close look at this thing on how it works. Here, wash that shit out with some of that Midori hit. It is this, pushing this closer. Let's let that Midori hit fill the chamber. The Midori is by far the best one. And now it's like smoke out. Ooh! Oh, baby. Oh my gosh, it was still going. Oh, shit. It's fucking blasting the vapor out. Can you see it? Yeah, you can. All right, the Malort was horrible. I'm gonna try the tequila. We'll see if the tequila is any different. Wow, that tastes like tequila. And that one's easily the most neutral of any of them. I mean, all the flavors are just way more muted. It barely tastes like anything. It's really taking a huff on it. I don't know, man. Pulling it in the mouth for a taste. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. Pulling it, like, doing an actual pull on it, it's like, ooh, that kind of is, like, less pleasant than just drinking the alcohol. I don't know, maybe if you really hate the taste of alcohol, this is the... I don't know, it still tastes like it. It just doesn't taste nearly as strong. Give chat a hit. All right, guys. All right, inhale. Oh, dude.
Wake up. Watch
out. Is the actual alcohol burnt? No, it's just atomized. It's not heated or anything, which is what puts this apart from the other things like that. It's not using coils or whatever. It's atomizing it. What it's doing is you press the button. It fills the chamber with the respective vapor, and then you turn it off, and then it's full of it, and then you inhale, and it sucks in fresh air from the bottom and displaces, and it pulls up. Hang on, actually, there's one more thing we have to do before we go. Activate every single one at once. We need a fucking jungle juice rip on the space vape. All right, that's really, oh, that's like, look at how much is coming out of there, man. Yeah, let's see how this one stacks up. Ew. Oh, that's the Malort. And the Campari. Okay. I'm pulling these into my mouth. I'm not inhaling this one into my lung. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. That's kind of not good. I'd say it worked pretty good. I don't recommend anyone make this. This is like the most foul way. I can like kind of feel the alcohol, so it's definitely absorbed. Which is kind of wild, given that there was like a teaspoon of it. But, yeah. Anyway, I don't want to be sitting here huffing alcohol fumes, and I also don't want Twitch or YouTube to get mad at me and claim I'm substance abusing, because the thing, even though I have not consumed much of anything off of this, it does look sus as hell, and you know, sometimes I get a little jumpy about that. All right, well, the space vape is okay. We'll put that one away here.